When one man walked into a shelter hoping to adopt a pit bull, he thought it would be a simple, heartwarming experience. But the moment he tried to take her home, she refused to leave, clinging to her tiny best friend with everything she had. What the man did next stunned everyone and changed both their lives forever. This 3-year-old pit bull was finally ready for adoption, and a man had just completed all the necessary forms to take her home. Everything seemed to be going smoothly, until an unexpected complication arose. As he prepared to leave, the dog dug in her paws and refused to budge. She wouldn't go without her best friend. The man, wearing a San Diego Padres baseball cap, was surprised but tried to stay upbeat. "I like pit bulls," he said with a confident smile. "They're honest dogs, solid and reliable. I'm taking her." It seemed like a dream come true for both the man and the dog. After all, how often does a pit bull get a chance at a loving forever home? At most shelters, this moment would have been cause for celebration. One more abandoned pet off to a better life, and at the Rocket House Dog Sanctuary in Southern California, it was no different, at least on the surface. But something about this particular adoption didn't sit right with Kim, one of the sanctuary's dedicated volunteers. Kim had watched over the dog, named Meryl, for weeks. She knew Meryl's story, and more importantly, she knew who Meryl had come in with. As the man gathered the leash and got ready to walk out the door, Kim stepped forward, her expression serious. "There's something you should know about her," she said gently. "She came in with another dog, and they're deeply attached to each other." Mr. Padres' baseball cap frowned. "That's not on her adoption notice," he pointed out. "I know, you're right," said Kim, "but I was hoping that you cold." "Look," said the man, "I had to talk my roommate into accepting one dog. He'll kick my ass out on the street if I come home with 2. Kim tried a different tack. "It's only a little Chihuahua," she said. "You could practically fit him in your pocket." The man grinned. "Then it's not a problem. Chihuahuas are so adoptable. He'll be gone in a day or 2. Pit bulls are a harder sell, and I'll be taking this one off your hands." Kim sighed. The meet and greet earlier that week had gone well, and the man had already filled out all the papers. But as Kim closed the gate to separate Meryl from her little buddy, Taco, a look of desperation entered the pit bull's eyes. She let out a long, piercing yell, pawing at the cage she had just exited. Inside the cage, Taco's large, soulful eyes grew moist as his doggy brain began to comprehend the tragedy unfolding. "Come on, girl," said Mr. Padres' baseball cap, giving Meryl a friendly pat. "There's a nice big bone just waiting for you at home." Meryl planted her 4 paws solidly on the floor and absolutely refused to budge. She let out a second howl, craning her neck to look back at Taco. Mr. Padres' baseball cap shrugged. "Freaky," he said. "You know what? Maybe I should go with that chocolate Labrador after all. He's still available, isn't he?" Kim felt terrible as she watched the man lead his chosen dog across the parking lot. That could have been Meryl and Taco's last chance. Since the 2 dogs had been brought in by their previous owner, there had been 7 failed adoptions, and each was heartbreaking. Meryl, the female pit bull, and Taco, the male Chihuahua, were inseparable. But most people who came to the Rocket House Dog Shelter wanted only one or the other. Most dogs knew that while the shelter offered food and protection, it was just a temporary halfway station. A change always came over them when someone took their leash and led them to the exit. They knew they were going home. But for Meryl and Taco, the promise of love and care came coupled with the potential heartbreak of separation. Before the man with the Padres baseball cap, there had been several other adoption meetings for Taco or Meryl. An elderly man wanted Taco as a companion for his wife, but didn't have the space in his tiny apartment for a pit bull. Another woman expressed interest in Meryl, but didn't like small dogs. Time after time, the promise of adoption was dashed by disappointment. There was always some reason why the would-be adopter wouldn't take both dogs. As Kim shared her frustration about the latest disappointment with Jod, another volunteer, Jod made an offer that would change everything for Meryl and Taco. Volunteers like Kim and Jod played an essential role in managing the Rocket House Dog Sanctuary. They helped care for the dogs, organized vaccination drives, and acted as friendly faces at adoption events. Occasionally, some volunteers went above and beyond. Take Jod, for example. Not only was she a volunteer, but she also fostered pets at her home. Foster care provided a vital opportunity for dogs to become socialized or for timid dogs to gain confidence away from the shelter. Jod's suggestion was brilliant. Since 3 of her foster dogs had recently been adopted, she now offered to foster Meryl and Taco together. This was wonderful news, as it gave the 2 dogs a chance to escape the depressing atmosphere of the shelter. However, a new complication arose. During a checkup, one of the vets at the Rocket House discovered that Meryl needed surgery to remove her uterus. The staff thought it might be best for her to recover separately, but they didn't count on Taco's determination. As Meryl woke up after surgery, she frantically searched the recovery room for her little buddy. Only when Taco was brought to her did she calm down and rest. A few days later, both dogs were ready to be released. When Jod led Meryl out of her enclosure, the pit bull wagged her tail, but then looked back poignantly at Taco. Although they were now out of the shelter, they still needed a forever home. Kim had a new idea. She remembered what the man with the Padres baseball cap had said. That's not on her adoption notice. He was right. It was counterintuitive to advertise Taco and Meryl separately. They needed a single notice that communicated everything about their bond. Kim uploaded a new photo showing Taco and Meryl snuggling together, as they often did, and drafted a new adoption notice highlighting that these 2 dogs were a package deal. The post quickly gained attention, and within days, it had 14,000 likes and 26,000 shares. Several people inquired about adopting them together, and one family checked all the right boxes. After a warm meet and greet hosted by Jod, Taco and Meryl were finally adopted together. Their new family included 2 boys and a girl who instantly fell in love with the inseparable pair. Meryl thrived on outdoor adventures with the kids, while Taco preferred cozy moments, happiest when curled up in someone's lap, even if that lap belonged to Meryl. Despite his age, Taco sometimes joined the children on walks, riding in a soft sling when he got tired. And Meryl, though a big dog, had her own habit of trying to fit on laps, like she was still a tiny puppy. But just as things seemed perfect, a new challenge emerged. Taco, who had long struggled with breathing issues, initially believed to be asthma, was diagnosed with heart failure. The news hit the family hard. Still, they refused to give up on him. Months earlier, Taco had refused to leave Meryl's side after her surgery, and now it was her turn to stand by him. Thanks to a steady treatment plan and daily medication, Taco began to improve, proving that he still had a lot of spirit left in him. Though the family preferred to stay private, they recognized how many people had followed Taco and Meryl's story. To keep supporters updated, they created a Facebook page for the duo. The page quickly gained an incredible 77,000 followers, all drawn in by this extraordinary friendship. Do you have pets that are inseparable too? How did their bond begin? What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to never miss the updates from our channel. Thank you.